Hello. Interesting. Unexpected news. Well, it sounds unexpected, but then once you think about it, it makes perfect sense. And that is KB has left Reach Records. And it was pretty easy to say that among Christian hip hop fans, like like consistent Christian hip hop listeners, that he was widely viewed as the first or second best rapper. It was usually him and Andy Mineo, and he was a big guy. I mean, when he was releasing music, he was well over 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which is right up there with Lecrae and Andy Mineo. So you gotta think. I've not read much into it. I'm just going off what I think, and it sounds unexpected. But then you think, and you can remember that in November, no, it was October actually, because he released Lincoln the same day as Post Malone released Hollywood's Bleeding. He said, "Album coming soon. I'm gonna save some for the album." He said it all in the song, and he said he was about done with his album. And that was in November, and then he just disappeared and didn't release a song, a single, any hints toward the album. He just kind of fell off the face of the earth. And I was even thinking about this like earlier this week about how he just kind of disappeared after saying his album was about done and he was going to release it soon. So that when you think about it, that makes sense, and you can just kind of look. And KB's always been my favorite. I think he is the best one of the CHH, the mainstream people, of like the bigger guys. Kind of him, Lecrae, Andy Mineo, Triple E, Ty Brazel, NF, all of them. I think KB's my favorite one, and I've kept up with him a lot. But you can see that his music has not changed. Like that's not a bad thing. It's he's perfected his style, and he just keeps improving upon it, which is very good. And he still sounds similar to the older KP, and he's still very much a Christian rapper. And I know I have friends who disagree with this. It's not a bad thing, in my opinion. I love secular music, but it's very obvious that Lecrae and Andy Mineo are a lot less of Christian artists. I'm not saying they're less Christian. I'm saying their music is less Christian. You can just listen to it and you can tell. You can just tell that it's less faith focused, which is not a bad thing. Like I said, I listen to more secular music than I do faith music, just because besides Christian rap, there's not much Christian music that I listen to. And Lecrae has reached a wider audience due to this. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because he's able to spread his message to more people now. But you can just tell, especially with Andy Mineo having some cussing in two of his songs last, was it 2018, I think? I don't really remember. From The Sword and the Arrow, both of them having cussing on it. Even back then, I was kind of weird about Words Played because Words Played, he's just like, he's not really even hiding it. He's just not a very Christian guy. And if I'm not really sure if he says he is, but just by the stuff that he posts and stuff, like he calls himself a sex icon all the time and posts stuff of him like of when he was drunk and like drinking all the time, which like that was I was whatever with that, like, but that wasn't even a very Christian focused album besides the song Legend, pretty much. So you can just see that Lecrae and Andy Mineo have been kind of going away from their older routes of songs like Church Clap or like uh, any of their older songs. Andy Mineo, all of his older songs, like you could, he was a Christian guy. And now I've even let some people hear Lecrae music and like from All Things Work Together, and they were like, "Was that a Christian song?" Like I've had people ask me that about Lecrae's music, and like I said, I still love Lecrae, and I think his music is still near an all-time peak. I didn't like the newest single that much, and I thought the Zaytoven thing uh, was kind of uh, was kind of iffy. It was okay, but like All Things Work Together was phenomenal, and it's just weird. It's weird to think about. Like at first, it kind of shocked me, and then you look more into it, and it's like I said, it makes sense that KB was still sticking to Christian rap. Like he was not diverting from it at all. You can listen to any of his songs, like even in Lincoln, "Hold Me Back," "No Chains," any of those, and those are three very popular songs, especially "Hold Me Back" and "No Chains." He's like he is Jesus, Jesus, Jesus in every song, and then in Any Mineo and Lecrae, they've kind of gone away from that. So I think that has something to do with it. And he's disagreed with Lecrae and Any Mineo on a lot of theological stuff as well. I don't remember exact examples, but like you can just hear the stuff that he says in his songs, and he just does not agree with some stuff that Andy Mineo and Lecrae post, or like that they say in their songs. There seems to be a disagreement. So it makes me sad that he's gone because I love their collaborations. Anytime they all work together, I think it's amazing. Get Through and Not Today Satan were the last songs that KB did with Andy Mineo and Lecrae. Um, all the old songs like 116 and all of those good ones. What was the other one? I can't remember the name. Saints, yes, any of them. All the old collaborations, it's really nice to have those, and I'm not sure if they still will collaborate like that with him not at Reach Records anymore. So it doesn't surprise me, like once I think about it, but the more you look into it, uh, it makes more sense. But at first read, I was like, "What? Are you serious?" It blew my mind because like like I said, I was ready for his album that he said was almost done, like what, over 6 months ago. So it's what do y'all think about KB? Are you surprised by it? But then it's got to get me thinking that I am fully expecting now that KB is gone. I'm fully expecting Triple E to be gone soon. He's in the same boat as KB, where like he is Jesus, Jesus, Jesus more than any of them. Like he's a full on preacher too in Atlanta, and he made one song. What was it last year when they did the I can't remember the name of the tour with all of them. I went to it the 116 tour. I think it was what it's called, something like that. He made one song. What was it? You can tell him I ain't taking no days off. Yeah, that one. And then he's just fallen off the face of the earth ever since what was it? The Waiting Room, I believe, with Clouds and Too Cold. That was a really good project as well. But he's just not doing anything either. And I think he's in the same boat as KB, where he is Jesus Christian rap. When I think that Lecrae and Andy Mineo are more in the NF boat of Christian rappers, which is I'm a Christian and I'm a rapper, and I'll talk about Jesus sometimes. Which, like, don't think I'm being judgmental because there's literally nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that, and I am still a huge Lecrae and Andy Mineo fan. Like, they were third and fifth on my most listened to artists last year on Spotify. So it's not that I am condemning them at all. I just think you could see the different directions that KB and Triple E, I'm assuming Triple E is in this, and then Andy Mineo and Lecrae are going. And then you have Tadashi, who's his own person. And honestly, no one's a big Tadashi fan, so that doesn't really matter. So, and I'm wondering, I don't really know who else they've signed that's new. But it seems like Reach Records is kind of just holding on. But like KB, Andy Mineo, and Lecrae were the big three of Christian rap. Like KB was right there with the other ones. Like after Tomorrow, what is it? Tomorrow We Rebel. I think I get the names confused. Uh, Today We Rebel, Tomorrow We Rise, something like that. But his newest one, which I had as I believe, my third favorite album of the decade last year on my YouTube video, and No Change is probably my favorite Christian rap song ever. It's right up there. So makes me sad, but I'm wondering he's probably going to sign somewhere soon. Although he has always been a kind of off the wall guy, you don't know what KB is going to do, so he could very well just be independent full time because that's just how he is. Let me know what you all think, and were you surprised or not? Because I was at first, but the more I looked into it, it made sense. And do you think that we'll see other rappers, Christian rappers, follow in KB's footsteps? Let me know what you think. Peace out. Be sure to like and subscribe for more music news. And I want KB to drop this album. I read today on Rapzilla that he has said his album's supposed to come out in the next 3 months. I'm hoping so. Gosh, he's so good. Thank y'all. Peace out.